ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुश्रीयुतपादकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तु ते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधारा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Gayatri Mataji, for doing the mantras so beautifully. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna,
Mataji.
Indulekha Mataji, Danvat Pranam. Please accept our humble obeisances on
Hare
behalf of everybody who have joined and are about to join and will be watching this later on YouTube. Mataji, thank you for giving your precious time and spending so much time preparing for today's class. Mataji, we are reading the Srimad Bhagavatam. We are on chapter 3. We are on Canto 3, chapter 1, and the text for today is text 45. So, Mataji, I hand over to you. Hare Krishna. Kindly let us know if you wanted us to read anything.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please can accept my humble obeisances. We'll go to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you for giving me the opportunity today to conclude this Canto 3, chapter 1. So before starting, I will do some prayer. And then please, as usual, I will request you to leave the text because I'm not going to read the purport now. I'll read the purport as we go because there's a lot to talk about in this purport. Okay? Thank you. So I start with some prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shanyavadi Paschatade Satarini. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukham karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripatamaham vande Shri Guru Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Ishwaram Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatirtam Slokir Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So thank you once again all for joining. Today I'm going to talk on Canto 3, Chapter 1, verse 45. And this verse 45 is the last verse of this chapter. And this chapter is entitled Questions by Vidura. So we have seen that Vidura is questioning Uddhava, whom he met at the bank of the Yamuna River. So I'll read the verse first and then we will continue. Tasya prapanna kilalokapanam avastitana manusasane swe arthaya jatasya yudasve ajasya vartam sakhe kirtaye tirtakri kirtehe. So the word-to-word synonym is tasya, his, prapanna, surrendered, akhila loka panam, all rulers of the entire universe, avasthitanam, situated in anushasane, under the control of swe, own self, arthaya, for the interest of jatasya, of the born, yadushu, in the family of the yadus, ajasya, of the unborn, vartam, topics, sakhe, O my friend, kirtaya, please narrate, tirti kirtehe, of the Lord, whose glories are chanted in the places of pilgrimage. So the translation by His Grace Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. O my friend, please therefore chant the glories of the Lord, who is meant to be glorified in the places of pilgrimage. He is unborn, and yet he appears by his causeless mercy upon the surrendered rulers of all planets of the universe. Only for their interest did he appear in the family of the unalloyed devotees, the Yadus. So the purport, as I said, as we go, I will read, okay? So we see that we have already read in the previous verses about the extensive pilgrimage that the many temples and the many places that Vidura has visited, that he has done. And when he was during his pilgrimage, he saw many various forms of the Lord, and all of those make him remember the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, whom he was very close to. So we also know that he was insulted by Duryodhana. Then when he left the palace, before he left the palace, he just left the palace just before the great war, the Mahabharata, was about to take place. And during his pilgrimage, when he reached at Prabhasa, a place in Kurukshetra itself, he learned that nearly all of his relatives died in the war. So after some time, when he met Uddhava at the bank of the Yamuna, he finally started to ask about different personalities, but he was remembering all the great personalities in the Yadu dynasty, even the Kauravas and the Pandavas. He was asking about their well-being. But here we see, astonishingly, Uddhava did not reply to any of his questions. Why? Why Uddhava didn't answer to any of his questions? Because Uddhava was full of anxiety at the remembrance of the Lord, just remembering the Lord, because the Lord has left the planet Earth, is gone. So Uddhava was missing the Lord so badly that he was having anxiety. He could not talk. Also, Uddhava thought that Vidura was as his father. Vidura was the same age of his father. So he didn't want to cause any offense to Uddhava by narrating what had happened, right? And so we will see, Uddhava will tell Vidurji that Maitreya Muni will give all the answers to his question. And soon, Maitreya Muni also will join them. Then he can have the answers of his question. So all these that we will see in the following chapter, the answers of the questions, Maitreya Muni is going to tell, to Vidur Prabhu. That will come in the following, not the immediate, but then after that we will see all this. So here in his translation, Srila Prabhupada mentioned, chant the glories of the Lord who is meant to be glorified in the places of pilgrimage. Right? That's Srila Prabhupada mentioned. It says here. And generally when we talk about glorifying the Lord, we think about kirtan. Mostly we think about kirtan, doing kirtan. So gathering in a group and singing or chanting the Maha Mantra with musical instruments, like we know kartal, mridanga, harmonium, etc. So we use these instruments to chant the Maha Mantra and to glorify the Lord. It also means talking about the glories of the Lord with like-minded devotees, discussing about the Lord's pastimes, his name, his fame, his glories, and about his devotees also. That is kirtan also, because in fact, we know there are 9 processes of devotional service. So which Prahlad Maharaj described in Canto 7. So the 9 processes of devotional service are Shravanam. First means Shravanam, listening, and then Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevayam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dashyam, Sakhyam, and finally Atmanivedanam. So here there is a personality connected with each service that has been mentioned. Usually we can do all, but because of this Kali Yuga mentality, it's difficult. So we can do only the one, Shravanam or Kirtanam. These 2, that should be enough also in this age of Kali. So they are all pure devotees. The 9 personalities that are connected with these 9 processes, they are all pure devotees of the Lord. So we see Shravanam, meaning hearing. And we know that Parikshit Maharaj heard the Srimad Bhagavatam from Sukadeva Goswami for the 7 last days of his life, because he knew he was going to die. So he listened for 7 days and 7 nights. And Kirtanam, because Shravanam is Parikshit Maharaj listening. Now who is narrating is doing Kirtanam. That is Sukadeva Goswami. He narrated the whole Srimad Bhagavatam for 7 nights and 7 days. And then we have Vishnu Smaranam, meaning remembering the lotus feet of the Lord. So Prahlad Maharaj, he never forgot Krishna, despite constant tortures. We know Prahlad Maharaj was being tortured by his father, Hiranyakashipu, because Hiranyakashipu wanted Prahlad to say that he is a god. And Prahlad Maharaj knows that Vishnu is a Lord. So in this way, he tortures his son a lot. And then we have Padasevayam, serving the lotus feet of the Lord. You know, Lakshmi Devi, she's always serving, always massaging the lotus feet of the Lord. And then we have Archanam, deity worship, meaning doing puja at home, bathing the deity, dressing them, cooking for them, doing arati, singing and all. That is, we have the example of Ambarish Maharaj and Prithu Maharaj. These 2 great kings, they use all their possession and all their time to serve the Lord opulently in temples. And then we come to Vandanam, praying. Here we know the great personality Akrura. He offered prayers to Lord Sri Krishna when he was going to Vrindavan to take Lord Sri Krishna to Mathura. And so as soon as he saw the footprint of Krishna, he started rolling on the ground and then started thinking about the Lord. So, and then we have Dashyam, executing orders. That one is, we take the example of Hanumanji. Hanumanji was the intimate servant of Lord Sri Ram. Before Lord Sri Ram could say anything, he would execute the orders, because he could think, he could read the mind of his Lord. He was so close to him. And then Sakhyam is serving as friend. And here Arjuna was an intimate friend of Lord Sri Krishna. And in this way, the Lord offered his service to the Pandavas during the battlefield, during the war in the Kurukshetra. On the battlefield, he was the charioteer of Arjuna. And at night, when he was sleeping, he was guarding the camp. He went as peace messenger to Duryodhana. He was massaging the feet of the horses and feeding them water. He was doing like everything for the Pandavas. That is Sakyam. But similarly, Arjuna also was serving the Lord. That also we know, right? And then Atmanivedanam, that means completely surrender. There is no other thing except for the Lord. So we know the example of Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj who conquered the whole universe. And then when he started ruling, then the demigods who were bereft of their planets, of their kingdom, they went to Lord Vishnu and they prayed to Lord Vishnu. So Lord Vishnu appeared as Vamana Dev, and then from Kashyap Muni and Aditi, and then he went to Bali Maharaj, and he went as a small dwarf, and he requested for 3 steps of land. And there Bali Maharaj gave him, kind of promised to give him, but then he enlarged his body. He became huge. First step, he covered the whole earth. Second step, the whole sky. And then when the Lord said, where I'm going to put my 3rd step, so he said, okay, who is greater, the donations or the donor? So the Lord said, okay, the donor. So he said, here I am. He just knelt in front of the Lord and said, put your 3rd step on my head. In this way, Atmanivedanam, the whole body, everything plus the whole body, that is Vamanadev. So what are they doing, these 9 personalities here? So they are glorifying the Lord and his activities. Lord Sri Krishna stated in Bhagavad Gita 10.9, Makchita Madgata Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam Kathayantascha Mam Nityam Tushyanti Cha Ramanti Cha. What he means? The thought of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. That is what Lord Sri Krishna stated in Bhagavad Gita. So, very clearly explained here how devotees get great satisfaction when dwelling on the activities of the Lord. Similarly, we see that in Bhagavad Gita itself, 9.14, Tatatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dhridavrataha namasyantascha mam bhaktya nitya yukta upasate. Always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me. These great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. So here also is saying how his great devotees are serving him. So we see that the scriptures are full of prayers. All the scriptures, they are full of prayers. And we see when we start in Canto 1, we have Queen Kunti's and Bhishma Dev prayers, great prayers. Canto 2, we have the Chatusloki. Canto 3 is Brahma's prayers for creation. Canto 4 is Dhruva Maharaj and the Pracheta's prayers. Canto 5 is prayers of the residents of Jambu Dvipa and Rishabh Dev. And Canto 6 is prayers of Vitrasura, of Daksha Prajapati. Canto 7 is prayers of Prahlad Maharaj. Canto 8 is Gajendra Moksha. That's my famous and beautiful slokas. Now, similarly, Canto 10, prayers of the demigods to the womb of Devaki, then the famous Gopi Geet, that is in Canto 10. The Nagpatnis, the demigods' prayers, Nalakuvara Manigriva's prayers. So many in all the cantos, there are prayers there. So we may not know these prayers, but we can learn them. We can learn them or recite them from the books, which are easily available. Nowadays, everywhere we can have these prayers, the YouTube, Facebook, Google, AI, any device that we open, we are sure to find some of the prayers. Now, because the Lord is unlimited, his pastimes and his glories also are unlimited. We cannot understand or keep track of as all of these due to our minute mind. Our mind is, we cannot be like before. There was no books. Once the guru will tell the disciple will carry it forever in his mind. And then when the Lord started thinking like, okay, in Kali Yuga, people will be lazy, people will have a short life, and also then he incarnated as Vyasadeva and he compiled all the literatures. So here, as I said, we can get access to all this information primarily from Srimad Bhagavatam and other scriptures, which are also unlimited. So we know we have the Chaitanya Charitamrita, we have the Bhagavad Gita, we have so many Puranas. So here we should be very thankful to Srila Prabhupada, who he painstakingly have given us all these great literatures in different languages. Otherwise, we would not be able to read any of these in our lifetime, because it's not easy to read in Sanskrit, and then hardly anyone knows Sanskrit nowadays, you know. So Srila Prabhupada also recommends that we should look into other acharyas' translation, because he when he was writing, translating, he was quite old, and so he didn't have enough time to translate. Also, he says that we should look in the translation of other acharyas. And if we start going into the translation of other acharyas, the scriptures are unlimited. So in our Gaudiya Mat, our Parampara, our disciplic succession, we have the six Goswamis, we have Bhaktivinoda Thakur, we have Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and we have so many. They have compiled unlimited literatures. And so we can go deeper and deeper. But why? Why do we have to go deeper and deeper in the literatures? Ultimately, what are we looking for? Anyone? Can anyone tell me what are we looking for? Sitting here listening to this katha and going deeper in literatures, what are we looking for?
We are looking for the love.
Yes.
Bhakti.
Yes, very good. So we are looking for taste, we are looking for rasas, we are looking for happiness, we are looking for love. We also look for these in this material world. Everybody is looking for these in material world, in the material existence. But we are not satisfied. Why we are not satisfied? Because all these are temporary. Material world itself is temporary. Everybody is going to die, one after the other. So that's why we're not satisfied. Because suppose when we are young, we love our wife or husband, and then after some time, the love is gone. We may have it, but very less, not as intense as it was at the beginning. We may love our children. When they grow up, they fly to their own nest, and that also is diminished. But if sometimes when our desires, whatever desires we have, when those desires are not fulfilled, we get frustrated. We get frustrated because why this is happening, why it's not happening, why it's not going as it was before. Like if we take our body itself, when we were young, how beautiful we were, most of us. But then when we get old, our body gets slackened, our muscles become floppy, our voice becomes crooked. Like we cannot bring back the youth that we had, because this is the nature of the Kali Yuga. But all this happiness we can find in the transcendental rasa, the first time of the Lord, which is permanent. It doesn't matter how we look, it doesn't matter who we are. Once we start relishing the pastimes of the Lord, we find the bliss, we find the happiness in there. If we are serious, if we are sincere, we find it there. So the deeper we go, the more we experience the bliss through the transcendental discussion. If all these are not possible, we should just chant. Chanting also is kirtan and prayer, because we ask in Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. What do we say? We say, Hey Krishna, Hey Radharani, please engage me in your service. That is kirtan, and we are glorifying the Lord at the same time. That is also stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 12, chapter 13, verse 23. Nama sankirtanam yasya sarva papa pranashanam pranamo dukha samanas tam namami harim param. That was the last instruction of Sukadeva Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj. And the translation goes, I offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Lord, Hari, the congregational chanting of whose holy name destroy all sinful reactions, and the offering of obeisances unto whom relieves all material suffering. So we see that if we don't know any other prayers, or if we cannot learn any other prayer, we can just chant the holy names of the Lord sincerely, and we will be liberated. That is a promise of the Lord also in Bhagavad Gita 18.66. Sarvadharman parityaja mamekam saranam vraja aham tam sarva papebhyo mokshayashyami ma suchaha. Just leave all the religious and just come to me. So in one of his talks, Srila Prabhupada said that after giving second initiation to some of his followers in the US in the early days, he thought of teaching them the Gayatri Mantra. After we take the second initiation, we have to learn the Gayatri Mantra. And it's not like nowadays people shout the first Om Bhurvasva. That is not appropriate at all. So the Gayatri Mantra should be given on individual platform, like one-to-one with a guru, and without anyone else know or hear, because it's different for every individual. And that should be chanted 3 times a day and in the heart, not even the lips moving. That is Gayatri Mantra. But and it's not only one. It's like we have 7 verses that we have to recite. So, but when Srila Prabhupada decided to give the Gayatri Mantra to his devotees, it was very difficult for them to even pronounce. So he told his disciples, because they couldn't pronounce the Sanskrit word, so he said, okay, forget it for now, at least for the time being. And then when they would be like acquainted with the language, well, they will know, can read, then he would give them the Gayatri Mantra. And he told them, only chant the Maha Mantra. That's all. That's what he told them, only chant the Maha Mantra. So also, it was not something that they could learn easily. Not like nowadays, everything is available on social media and we can just keep listening and repeating until we learn them. They didn't have these same facilities as we have nowadays. It was not easy at all. So now if you go back to Srila Prabhupada's purport, I'll read the first paragraph here. Purport. There are innumerable rulers all over the universe in different varieties of planets. The sun god in the sun planet, the moon god in the moon planet, Indra in the heavenly planet, Vayu, Varuna, and those in the Brahmaloka planet, where Lord Brahma is living. All the obedient servants of the Lord, whenever there is any trouble in the administration of the innumerable planets in different universes, the rulers pray for an appearance, and the Lord appears. The Bhagavatam 1.3.28 has already confirmed this in the following verse. Eti cham sakala pumsaha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Vridayanti Yuge Yuge. In every millennium, whenever there is any trouble for the obedient rulers, the Lord appears. He also appears for the sake of his pure and unalloyed devotees. The surrendered rulers and the pure devotees are always strictly under the control of the Lord, and they are never disobedient to the desires of the Lord. The Lord is therefore always attentive to them, right? So here we see Lord Krishna confirmed the same in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, verses 7 and 8. He says, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bharata abhyuktanam adharmasya tadatmanam sajamyaham. You see, whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. Also he said, Varitranaya sadhunam vinasaya chadustikam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. I come to deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to reestablish the principles of religion. I myself appear millennium after millennium. That's what he says. So Srila Prabhupada says that all the demigods are the obedient servants of the Lord, meaning they perform the allocated duties accordingly. So we have never heard that sun god is saying that, oh, today I'm not feeling well. I will shine a little bit later. We have never heard that. Or wind god saying that I'm busy today. I'm busy in other planets. I cannot come to planet Earth today. What will happen? We will all die. So they are doing their job. They are very punctual. They are respecting the Lord and doing the prescribed duties as they have been assigned. They are doing it. And so whenever there are any kind of trouble, they pray to the Lord, and the Lord appears to help them solve the problem. So many examples we have. Like one example that I like is Hanumanji. Hanumanji, when he was a little child, he saw that the sun was a beautiful fruit, an orange, like, and he wanted to swallow it. So he started flying toward the sun. And Indra, who is always like scared of losing his position, he thought that Hanumanji was more powerful than himself. So he threw his thunderbolt at Hanumanji and struck Hanumanji. So Hanumanji fell unconscious and he was bleeding from his chin. That is how he got the name Hanumanji. Hanu means in Sanskrit the chin, and man means having a scar. So his father, Vayudev, the wind god, was very, very angry. And then he stopped blowing the wind. He withdrew the wind. He had the capacity to do that. So when everyone was suffocating, they approached the Lord, and together with all the demigods, they went to pacify Vayudev, and all of them, they blessed Hanumanji with different energies and strength. So that's how Hanumanji was revived. So similarly, we see when Dhruva Maharaj, when he was praying intensely in the forest, and he withheld his breathing, so the whole universe became scorchingly hot. And the demigods requested the Lord for help. That's how the Lord, he had to go and see Dhruva Maharaj, so that he could give Dhruva Maharaj what he wanted and stop his austerities. So we also know when Ravana was terrorizing all the demigods, so they went to pray, and then Lord Rama appeared. Like this, the same for Kamsa. When he was terrorizing the people, then Lord Krishna appeared. And so we see the Lord reciprocates. He reciprocates with his sincere and obedient devotees, as Srila Prabhupada mentioned here. So the Lord is therefore always attentive to them because they are doing their job as they are supposed to be doing. So now let's read the last paragraph of Srila Prabhupada's purport, where he talks about pilgrimage. The purpose of pilgrimages is to remember the Lord constantly, and therefore the Lord is known as Tirtha Kirti. The purpose of going to a place of pilgrimage is to get the chance to glorify the Lord. Even today, although times have changed, there are still pilgrimage sites in India. For example, in Mathura and Vrindavan, where we had a chance to stay, people are awake from early in the morning at 4 a.m. up to until until nighttime, and are constantly engaged some way or other in chanting the holy glories of the Lord. The beauty of such a pilgrimage sight is that automatically one remembers the holy glories of the Lord. His name, fame, quality, form, pastimes, and entourage are all identical to the Lord, and therefore chanting the glories of the Lord invokes the personal presence of the Lord. Anytime or anywhere pure devotees meet and chant the glories of the Lord is present without any doubt. It is said by the Lord himself that he always stays where his pure devotees chant his glories. Thus, and the Bhaktivedanta purport of the third canto, first chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Questions by Vidura. So here we see regarding pilgrimage, Prabhupada explained in one of his lectures in Los Angeles from Srimad Bhagavatam 1.13.10. He said from many people, pilgrimage means going far away from home. Just like in Calcutta, there is river Ganges, and nobody cares for Ganges in Calcutta, but they will go to the Haridwar, to the same Ganga, from Calcutta to Haridwar. The Ganges is coming from Haridwar to the Bay of Bengal, but people like to go to Haridwar, taking all the pain and hardship to travel there to take bath, because there it is Tirtha. Here also it is Tirtha, but they don't care for it, right? So what he says also, he says it is the same Ganga, but they don't care. So what is Tirtha? So Prabhupada says, Tirthi kurvanti tirthani. Wherever there are saintly people, that place is place of pilgrimage. Not to go 10,000 miles simply to take a dip in the cold water and come back. Prabhupada is very clear what a place of pilgrimage is. Anywhere, any pure devotee meets at any time and chant the glories of the Lord, that the Lord is present. The Lord is present there. There is no doubt about it. So we know in material world, we are all inflicted by 4 defects. 4 defects. So can anyone tell me what are the 4 defects of this Kali Yuga? Even one, if anyone is unmute and tell.
So cheating propensity.
Hare Krishna, say again.
Hare Krishna, sorry, the cheating propensity.
Yes, cheating propensity 1.
Hare
That
Krishna
will
Mataji.
Yes, go
Yeah,
ahead.
the quarrelsome for everything. They are fighting for everything, Mataji.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. So yes, also we are all under the illusion that we are not going to die. That is first one. People are prone to make lots of mistakes. And second one is, nobody thinks, we see so many people dying, we hear so many things happening. We go, we pay our last respect to them, we come back, and okay, we are still alive. It's as if we are not going to die. But we should be very aware of this death, and we should not be scared of death. Death, as we are born, we're going to die, and it is coming at any moment. Death is something that doesn't knock at our door. It just gets into our house. It doesn't matter the time, the place, the circumstances, nothing, the age, nothing matters. When our last breath is taken, done, we have a quota. Everybody has got a quota. So many breaths you take. We can come with millions of dollars. We can beg for one breath. We will not get it. All our money, our wealth, our beauty, our fame, our name, everything will be left behind. And death will come, definitely will come. That we should get prepared for. We get prepared for going to weddings, going on yatras, going here, going there. Nobody gets prepared for death. And devotees, we welcome death because we know that this life here in this material world is very, very miserable. People can say that, okay, I am 60, 70, 80 years old. I'm still walking. I'm still talking. I'm still eating, enjoying life. Yes. For how long? but everybody is suffering. People may say, how are you? Oh, I'm fine, but are we really fine? Do we know what is the meaning of fine is? Everybody has some problem. If not financial, it's health, children, it's everything. Everybody has some problems, but we deny it, right? So that is it. The illusion that we are not going to die, we're going to live forever. And people are prone to cheating others. People have imperfect senses, which can limit their perception. These are the prominent qualities in Kali Yuga. So it's not that I'm not telling that, I'm not trying to blame anyone, but this is the quality of Kali Yuga, the mentality of Kali Yuga. That is it here. But the pure devotees who are on the platform, on the transcendental platform, I mean the great gurus, right? So where there are no contamination, wherever they are pure. And the presence is just like that of the Lord himself. And if they are bona fide representatives of the Lord, the real theater or pilgrimage mentioned here is where these saintly people are. And what we should do, we should try to think out these saintly person and get their association and discuss the Lord's pastime and hear from them attentively. And then going to the holy places with spiritual master or pure devotees are completely different experiences than going on sightseeing or just to tick the boxes. You know, I have been here, I have been there. Just tick the boxes. I travel so much. I do that. But then when we go on pilgrimage, Kirtika and myself, we have the experience how nice it was going to different places and getting the explanation, getting the experience of book distribution, of talking to people, of having the Mangal Arati and chanting and all these. We have the experience of this. We didn't go just to sightseeing and then say, I've been there. No. So we know ISKCON devotees, we always go with senior devotees. We also go with our gurus sometimes, God brothers, senior God brothers, God sisters, where when we get the association, we get explanation, and we talk only about the katha of the Lord, the glories of the Lord. So to conclude, is that Vidura is asking so many questions to Uddhava, but Uddhava now he cannot tell anything, and that we will see in the following chapters. And so I will end my speech here. I'll say thank you to everyone who has taken the time to listen to me today, and for giving me the opportunity to purify my own speech. And then I will say, Vanchakalpatarubhasya Kripasindubhaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. And I will say, if there is any questions, any corrections, if you have any comments or realization, please do share. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much for a wonderful class.
Thank you.
I have a few questions, mostly because of the instability of the internet. So I can ask that later. But the most important question is, so the Vidura was asking questions to Uddhava, but in the last 3 verses, who's speaking this? So the last verse, oh my friend, please therefore chant the glories of the Lord. Who's saying
that?
This?
That is Vidura himself. Vidura himself is telling that.
To Uddhava.
Yes, he's telling Uddhava, oh my friend. Because you know, it doesn't matter the age. When we meet some devotees, what do? We just hug, we just start talking, because we are on the same platform, like. So he's telling, oh my friend, that is Vidura himself. But Uddhava will not answer. Uddhava, what is going to happen in the following chapter? They are going just to remember the Lord. That's all, talking about only the question that he asked. He's not going to answer those questions. What happened to this person, he's not going to answer this question. And then Maitreya Muni is coming, and then there will be long conversation between these two. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mataji. And then you were talking of all the various personalities. for the 9 processes of bhakti, like Shravanam, Kirtanam.
Yes.
So what are the personalities for Shravanam? Which personality did you...
For Shravanam, we have Parishit Maharaj, because he listened for 9 days and 7 days and 7 nights. That is Parishit Maharaj. And then Kirtanam is Sukdev Goswami, because he was narrating, right? And Vishnu Smaranam is Prahalad Maharaj, who always remembered the Lord. And Pada Sevayam is Lakshmi Devi, who's massaging the Lord's feet all the time. And Archanam is Ambarish Maharaj and Prithu Maharaj. Vandanam of Akrura, which we just saw previously when he was going to Vrindavan. That is Akrura, Vandanam. Dasyam is Hanumanji, how he executed all the orders of Pochi Ram. And Sakyam, serving as friend, is Arjuna. And Atmanivedanam is Bali Maharaj.
Thank you, Mataji, for that clarification. And then you also said the meaning of Hanuman. You said Hanu means chin.
Yes. Man means scar. He got a scar on his chin.
Scar.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so when he was flying to get the orange Indra through the bolts,
Thunderbolt.
And then he fainted.
Yeah. So that his father, Vayudev, the wind god, he withdrew the wind. He said he was very angry. So then all the demigods they came and they pacified him. Yeah.
So he got the scar on the chin from Indra.
Yeah.
That's why Hanuman. Oh. Sorry, I missed bits and pieces because the internet kept on going and coming. So thank you for that clarification. So now we can open it up to the group. Are there any questions or comments for Mataji?
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you, Indulekha Mataji, for a wonderful class. It was very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, and also, same Mataji with Hanuman. Even I couldn't get it because probably my internet or what I could not understand. That was my question too, but you asked it and I got now the answer. Thank you, Kritika Mataji. Yes, Mataji. And other than that, yes, everything else I understood. There are no more questions, but wonderful class. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Indulekha Mataji.
Thank you for attending, Mataji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Any other question?
Somebody talking, but I cannot hear.
Even I can't hear. Is that Prashanatma Prabhu? Are you asking a question?
Yes,
Can you
Mataji,
please ask a little louder?
Okay. I hope I'm audible now.
Yes, you are audible
accept
now.
my humble obeisances. All the assembled devotees as well, please accept my humble obeisance. Thank you, Mataji, for the wonderful class. I just wanted to mention that I'm certainly afraid of death. I just fear sometimes. I just think like the mode of dying is maybe what is coming after death. At least now we are in a bit of knowledge on what's coming, but just the thought of dying sometimes. Maybe you can give a clarification of that on that matter. Sometimes someone tells me I'll die tomorrow in a car accident. Surely, it will send some jitters at my spine at least.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. It's a nice question. This is very very good to talk about. We are so scared that we never talk about death. Some people, when you will talk about death, they will say, "Oh, inauspicious, don't talk about death." Right? Many people will say that, don't talk about death, it's very inauspicious. But what happens is, death is something that we should discuss. We discuss when a child is about to born, or when we're about to get married, when you're about to settle in a family. We discuss so much, we prepare so much. But why not discussing about death, which is the truth, actually? When Yudhishthir Maharaj in the Mahabharata, when they were in the forest during their exile, all the brothers went to get water. One by one, they drank the water without answering the question of the Yaksha. They all fell dead. But Yudhishthir Maharaj, the Yaksha, asked him this question, more than 100 questions he asked. It's one question: what is more amazing in this world? Okay, what is more amazing? Every day, hundreds, millions of people are dying, but we are still thinking that we are not going to die. But death is the truth that we should accept. If we deny death, we just think about life, which is not permanent, right? But life is not permanent, but death is permanent. Death is sure to come, and we should not get scared to talk about death. I always tell, last time I think I told in my class itself, that we should get ready to go any moment, because as I said, death doesn't come and knock at our door. I'm coming to get you. Nobody will tell you that you're going to die tomorrow. Even astrologers, they cannot be specific what time is coming. That's just barge into your house, and then you are gone. We are gone. Everybody will be going. So we should not get scared, and we should be happy, because if we are on the spiritual path, this miserable life in this Kali Yuga will end, and we will be in Krishna's abode if we are sincere in our dealings with the Lord, in our spiritual life. So we should try, at least, even if we don't go to the goal of Vrindavan, we don't want to go in any other planet, because as I always say in Bhagavad Gita 9. Let me look for it properly. 9.23, I think it is written, 22:23. Let me find this verse. What is it? Yes, verse 21, chapter 9. Sitam bhoktva sargalokam vishalam shine punya mrityalokam visanti evam trayi dharmam anuprapanna tatagatam kama kama labhante. It says, when they have thus enjoyed vast heavenly sense pleasure and the results of the pious activities are exhausted, they return to this mortal planet again. Thus, those who seek sense enjoyment by adhering to the principles of the three Vedas achieve only repeated birth and death. And our mission, Srila Prabhupada said, do you finish up with your duty in this world and go back home, back to Godhead. He also promised whoever takes to this Krishna conscious movement, he will liberate them. He will take them. He said, just hold on to my dhoti. I have got the back door of Vaikuntha. I will take all of you. That's what he said. But we should be very sincere. I'm not saying serious. Serious means don't laughing and be like strict. No, we should be sincere. Did I answer your question, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji. Thank you very much.
So we should not be scared of talking about death, and we should prepare ourselves. Our preparation has already started. We're already chanting, we're already doing our service, but then we continue. And if we don't complete our sadhana in this life, we will come back to this material world where next birth we will have human body, and then we will have we will take birth in a Brahmana family or in a very highly aristocratic family. That's what Srila Prabhupada has written. And for sure, we will continue. We will not lose whatever pious activities, whatever pious credit we're getting now. We will not lose that. That will come back. Bank balance, money, children, study, everything will be finished. Suppose we have a PhD now, in our next life, we start zero. We have millions of dollars. That will be gone. But this spiritual pious credit that we are acquiring now, that we will bring, and we'll continue. Now start from zero, continue from there. It will be easier for us then. Thank you, Prabhuji, for asking this question. It's nice to discuss on them also.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. We still have 4 minutes if anybody has a question or a comment. If there are no more questions or comments, can I request Bhakta Mugo if you can end the session for today? Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Professor Indulekha Mataji, for the opportunity. Please accept my humble obeisances, Your Grace Indulekha David Das. Thank you for the beautiful
Hare
class.
Krishna.
One thing that really resonated for me today is when you mentioned somewhere in the Srimad Bhagavatam said, when two devotees are talking about Krishna, that's a place of pilgrimage by itself. And I remember when I was just joining these groups early on, I felt that mood, that mood, that feeling with this discourse at Sangas, because we are discussing Srimad Bhagavatam, and it's really thank you so much even for coming through, giving us your time. We don't take it for granted. Thank you so much, Hare Krishna. So I would like to request all the assembled devotees to kindly unmute. We chant one Mahamantra in notification for today's Sangha. Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhayeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Ananda Koti Vaishnavi ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Eldoret Yatra ki jai, all of you ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Our Grace Indulekha Mataji ki jai.
Srila
Jai.
Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you. Thank you.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Thank you. Doreen Mataji, tomorrow you have to end the session.
Okay, Hare Krishna Mataji, I will.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.